Hey everybody, it's time again for another book review Friday. Today I have 6 books for you. I've got 3 young kids books, and then I've got a tween book and 2 youth books to go over with you today. Now, first we've got a 4-book-in-1 called Weird and Wonderful Creations. It's an easy read book, so your younger readers should be able to read with you with some help. I would say ages probably about 8 to 10 really. It's got really pretty pictures, and it talks to you about the different kinds of animals and creation that God created in the world. Like, we have the eagles and the bats. It's really a cool book. This would make a great gift for Christmas. It's put out by Zondervan, and it's got all kinds of things from insects to birds and butterflies and seahorses. I mean, it talks about it all, and it tells you some little fun and interesting facts about each of these animals. The titles inside the book are about spiders, snakes, bees, and bats, big bugs, little bugs, sea creatures, poisonous, smelly, and amazing plants. So it's a really interesting book. We thought it was a lot of fun. Next up, I have something a little bit more on the side for Christmas called The Legend of St. Nicholas by Dandy Daly Mccall and illustrated by Richard Cowdery. It's a really pretty gift picture book. Would make a great addition, stocking stuffer, even if you just want to get it to read to your kids. It's really pretty. Again, probably about the age range where a parent could read to younger children, but older children, about 8 to 10, could read it themselves. There's some really beautiful pictures, illustrations inside. You can see those. It's really pretty. Again, it's put out by Zonder Kids as well, and it talks about the real St. Nicholas rather than just Santa Claus. So if you want to talk to your kids more about St. Nicholas, it's a good one to get, and it's available at any Christian bookstore or most bookstores around the country. Another fun one that I like is called God Gave Us Angels, and it's put out by Waterbrook Press, and it's one of my favorites because I love the polar bears, I love the artwork, and I've done books by her before. Lisa Ton Bergen and Laura Bryant did the artwork in this one. But she has a whole series. God Gave Us You, God Gave Us Two, God Gave Us Christmas, God Gave Us Heaven, God Gave Us Love, God Gave Us the World, and God Gave Us Easter, along with God Gave Us Angels. And these are available where most books are sold. But I love the artwork in this, and I love how she talks about angels. Because one of the things that I love that she says is that when you die, you do not turn into an angel, because God has already got his angels. My angels are there to protect you. So it's really more of a biblical stance on angels, just done from the perspective of this really adorable polar bear and his father. It's a really cute book, and I do highly recommend it. Again, it was put out by Waterbrook Press, and it's available now. Alright, and as far as books for tweens, you've got your not quite there yet teens, your middle schoolers. There's this really cool book that's a Christian version of the Dork Diaries, and I've already read it. It's a really awesome series. I think my girls are going to really like it. They haven't had a chance to read it yet, but it's a fun series. It's called The Desperate Diva Diaries, and it's by Angie Spady, and the illustrations by Channing Everidge. And it's about a girl, Katie Conrad, who's in middle school, who's dealing with life. And just like the Dork Diaries, this is her diary. You're reading what happens in her life from her perspective, what she's written. And it's a really, really good book. I really enjoyed it. I think it's a great alternative to the Dork Diaries. And it's available by Barber Books, and it's available where right now, because we had it at our bookstore, I saw it on the shelf, so you can go out and buy this for your child. I think this would be a good addition to your middle school girls' library. So that's out there. In the youth fiction section, we have The Princess Spy by Melanie Dickerson. She's written several other books. I've never read anything by her before, so this was my first read by her. It was a really good book, fun, fast read, but it really caught my attention right away, and not a lot of books do that. If you don't catch my attention from the beginning, I don't normally finish them. This one did, so I read it all the way through. Didn't have to force myself to read it. It was really fun, and it's based on this girl in the Holy Roman Empire who is a her father is a German lord, and so they call her a princess. She's not really a princess, but back then that's how they were treated, was like a princess. So but it's a really fun book. It's got some adventure, and it's got some love in there, so if you like the romance, it has some of that, but it also has some drama and adventure. And the last book that I'm going to talk to you about today is Donita K. Paul's book, Two Renegade Realms, which actually comes out on Tuesday. It's part of the Realm Walker series. Now, when I got this, I did not know that this was book 2 of the Realm Walker series. I had no idea. So I'm coming into this not having read the first book. So I highly recommend you reading the book before it, because there was questions that I didn't have answered in this book because I didn't read the first one. I mean, it was still a good story, and I think you could enjoy it as a story goes, but you won't really understand everything unless you've read the first book in the series. So I really highly recommend that you go back and read the first book if you haven't already before reading this one. It's fun, it's fantasy adventure, it's interesting. There's all kinds of interesting creatures with dragons that shapeshift, and wizards, and pretty much everything that you can imagine. She's got an amazing imagination, Donita does. And I've read other books by her before. She loves using dragons in her tales. And this is a great book, but I do recommend that if you get this, go ahead and get the first book as well. So it would be a good gift for a last-minute Christmas present. So this is all I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed today's Book Review Friday. And I will not have a Book Review Friday next week because it'll be the week after Christmas and I won't be home to do it. So I hope you guys enjoy this week, and I'll see you guys back in January. Have a blessed week.